Hello everyone, welcome to unit number 10. Unit number 9, we're going to be talking about recognizing employee contributions with pay. That means um, as a company we have certain goals and we need to achieve them. No, so in this case, for example, could be higher production, that means higher sales. So if we reach those goals, that means things are working well. But if we don't reach those production levels, then we don't get that benefits, those financial benefits. So in this case, internally we're trying to reach those goals with the human resources, right? How we're going to use that people to really make things happen. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Here you can watch this video first. In this case, how to say, it's how companies fight for employees with work perks. So nowadays, we see that companies are moving in the direction that it's not much about. It's a new direction. We're not gonna pay you that much, but we give you so much flexible arrangements and work perks that in the end you will feel attracted to it, and rather than just feeling attracted, you how to say, you'll be happy and satisfied with your work, because in the end there's many things that regardless is not pay itself, then of course it's beneficial for you. So here we have an incentive pay. So an incentive pay is you do something well and then I'm gonna pay you back for it. So in this case, like I said, this is linked to a certain behavior. I need you to sell more or have produce more, and then I'll give you a bonus based on that. So in this case, for example, like I said, we have that it's together with the organizational goals. You know, I need you to produce more, so I'll pay you more because if I'll make profit out of it. We need to meet performance standards. So in this case, if I need numbers, I need to pay for those numbers. But if I want to get those numbers, I need to give the employee the resources they need to achieve it. So it's a how to say, it's a win-win, because employee will say, if you want me to reach that goal, give me the tools I need. And so it's a give and take, right? Employees value their rewards given, of course. If you want me to work more and you pay me for it, that's fantastic. But the system must be fair, because it happens in many companies that first of all, there's no rewards. No? If you stay over time, there's no extra payment. If you get the job done, it's your responsibility, and that's not good. I mean, employees don't feel good about that. So in this case, like I said, must be fair into taking in consideration your effort, your time, what you sacrifice for it, and then of course, if employees feel that it's a fair system, that everybody put the same effort and I put more effort, then of course I'll be get paid more. So it should be done in that sense. And then again, we have to understand that whenever we reach goals, there should be a reward all the time. That is humankind. So we have to think of that, right? So like I said, the plan must be fair, and at the same time, employees want to be appreciated for what they do. Sometimes just saying good job is not enough. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, we work for money. We don't work for satisfaction, right? So whenever we are getting involved into this, whenever we receive any extra payment for extra effort, of course, it's always the satisfaction of the employee, right? Yeah, I feel that my work is properly done, and on top of that, I get a financial benefit for that. And so that is fantastic, right? So let's talk a little bit of the different incentives. So first of all, we have the piecework rates. So in this case, I guess it's a wage based on the amount of employer produces. So the more you produce, the more I pay. We have standard hour plans, which is pretty much in this case by the number of hours that you meet. Merit pay, which is also maybe you did something special or something different. We have the individual bonuses, which is based on your individual performance that we measure month to month or day to day or year to year. And then we have the sales commissions. You sell more, I give you a share out of that. Okay, so we need to understand that the performance bonuses are independent of what we're paying. So that means we have a structure in the payment of the monthly salary, and the bonuses must be additional and must be reflected. So in this case, that employee can visibly see that there's a difference between their salary and these bonuses. And of course, most of these performance bonuses are observed into, like I said, objective performance measures. If you measure the performance and you pay for it, that's great. Okay, like I said, sales commissions. You sell more, I pay you more. As simple as that. This one is also mostly for salespeople. It is also important to have a base salary, because we understand that the market fluctuates and sometimes you may not meet the goals. And that is part of retaining employees too. That means I will consider you regardless you didn't sell. But of course, if you want good benefits, you need to reach your goals. We also have, for example, rather than individual performance, where you perform well individually, we have as a group. So in this case, for example, is a gain sharing. So in this case, we gain a certain profit and then we distribute it among a certain group of people, right? So in this case, we're mostly focusing on teamwork because we want a whole team to achieve something. It's not about individuals itself. In this case, I'm not going to go through all the conditions, but here mostly what we have to do is plan as a team what are the goals, distribute the tasks effectively, make sure that the performance of all the members is included, because when, let's say, we get the gain sharing and some of the employees did not work much on this project, then it's perceived as unfair, and that is a very big problem. So in this case, like I said, that must happen all the time. So we have, like I said, group bonuses or team awards. Like I said, in this case, all of these ones are for groups, and goes together with rewarding when a project of a team was done effectively, right? It could be maybe a breakthrough in innovation by a team. It could be the team on a certain region was selling enough, etc. Right? So now we have also some other types of pay for organizational performance. So for example, here we have profit sharing, stock options, or employee stock ownership plans. So in this case, sometimes, profit sharing is in money. We pay it in terms of money. We pay some dividends to the employee. So we make X amount of profit this year that exceeded our expectations, and we share some of it with our employees, because if we make them feel that they are part of the company. Or we give them, if we cannot give them money, we give them stock options or employee stock ownership plans. That it means stock options, I give you stocks of the company and they will grow over time. Of course, the better you perform, it is your company. You own the company. It pretty much is like that. We're giving you a slice of a company. You work well, of course you get the result of it. No, of course it's a group effort. No, it's not individual, but yeah. So anyways, we have those profit sharing and stock options. This one, the subs is works more of in certain periods of time we will increase the amount of stocks givings to them, and that's it. Simple as that. When we start to do this sort of processes, we need to consider what the employees want, and we have to have a communication with them of what kind of incentives work well for them. We need to hear their voice, because maybe it is not, sometimes employees are not just looking for money, they are also maybe looking for time, maybe they are looking for flexible arrangements. So Involving them makes them part of the company culture and makes them feel that really they have a voice. So we work towards employee empowerment. When we talk about incentives, we also have to talk about incentives not only for workers but also for executives. So in this case, yeah, we have to be very careful because they're short-term and long-term incentives. But um, here directly, when it comes to executives, we need to talk about ethical issues, which is, yeah, you fulfill your KPIs as an executive, which is great. But what happens if you're doing it at the expense of your employees? Which means, yes, as an executive, I get paid, but my staff is not getting paid. I'm making them overwork. I'm using practices that really are not ethical to reach those goals and to get my money. So that doesn't work. So we have to be very careful here of how we're going to deal with that. This closely more goes with the board of directors and how they're going to plan it and how they're going to establish what kind of goals they want to achieve in the process and method of achieving them. Okay, so we can also talk about employee benefits, and we have to understand that some companies contribute to attract, retain, and motivate employees just through other benefits, but we have to be careful that there's some stipulated by law. It could be like, for example, well, I'm gonna give you insurance as a benefit, but it's by law, so it's not a benefit. This you have to compulsory do it. That happens here a lot in Korea, that some employees put benefits as something that they offer specifically, but not it's by law. You have to do it by law. So in this case, again, employees will feel that they are needed. Employees will feel part of the company when the benefits are really helping them. So we have to plan them effectively. Sometimes they are very small, but they are very meaningful, right? Sometimes, for example, having a policy of you can reach work at whatever time you want is a very, very small benefit, flexibility at work. But maybe many of your employees are parents, and then of course they think it's great, or take their holidays whenever they need, or so. So again, some small things, but again, they're beneficial for them. So like I said, in this case, we have benefits that are required by law. So here, rather than just going for what is required by law, we always have to go the extra mile in order to make sure that employees are employees feel that this job is attractive as well. Okay, and it's important to communicate the benefits to the employees in an effective way. Not only telling them what are your benefits, but making sure that whenever they want to take those benefits, there are no roadblocks to it. That's a very common problem that happens in companies, which is, I give you the benefits, but you can never take them. I give you 20 days of holiday, but you can only take them when the operation is not when the operation doesn't require you. But that never happens throughout the whole year. So again, benefits is something that we need to manage carefully, because if employees feel that is not fair or that they never receive the benefit, then of course it's not a good thing. Okay, very good. So with that, we finished this unit. It's a very short one. Because we have already talked about pay structure, and mostly goes together in there, but in this case it's just additional things that we get paid because of good performance. Bear in mind that also when it comes to incentives, we cannot deduct money from their salary. You can say, if you don't perform, you have a base salary and I can remove some part. No, by contract you always have to pay the same, unless you stipulated in the contract that, I mean, X number of hours you work, X number of hours I pay you. You work less hours, I pay you less. That's understood in the contract. But if you're under a contract, not by hours, Not because you didn't reach the goals means I can pay you less. So we have to be very careful with those kind of things. No, there's regulations and that, and we need to fulfill them. So good. That's it for this unit. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.